What's up, you bitches? Yes, I know. Not my normal opening, but Cody finished 7th in points this year. And he finished 8th in the race on the lead lap at Toledo, Ohio. So I'm congratulating him by starting the start of my video with the start of how he does his videos. So if you're new, I hope you like this video. I know it's one of those where it's like he's talking NASCAR about Cody, and he's drawing a cute little cat. Well, hey, this is what I do. I do all my work at my local dive bar, and I do videos of me talking about whatever's going on in my life, or whatever's going on in comic books, or this year I've been doing videos talking about how Cody did in ARCA racing. So, congratulations, Cody. I've been following you all year. Um, I mean, hey, you finished so good this year with your very first year, finishing 7th in points. And I mean, damn it. If NASCAR hadn't been, if they hadn't done what they did you dirty in Phoenix, okay? If they hadn't done you dirty and you'd made that race, and you've been knocking on that goddamn door for 6th place. There was an obvious jump, but I mean, if you'd made Daytona and if you'd made Phoenix, man, you and Amber yesterday would have been banging on each other's doors, fighting, scratching like cats. Here we go. That's how I'm pulling this video into my drawing. If he'd made those first 2 races, those two would have been fighting like cats. You know, with the nails and the hair pulling and all that shit. So, and I'm joking because Cody said her numerous times. Amber, he has a very good racing relationship with her. She's always raced him clean because there's been many times that they've been racing pretty much for position and points all year long. So even though they may have been apart position-wise on the track, point-wise they've been on par with each other almost the entire season. So next year, Amber, watch it. He's not going to have that student driver sticker on the back of his car. So and that's something I thought about, was how he doesn't have the rookie bumper stickers anymore. I would have loved uh, if he had done some type of, if his owner had done some type of ceremony with him, where they take a razor blade and they slice the wrap around it, and he tears them off. That would have been pretty cool to say, hey, you're anytime you race in ARCA from here on out, you will no longer have those yellow bumper stickers indicating that you're a rookie driver. You're no longer a rookie driver in this series. So and like I said, rookie season, finishing 7th in points, very good. And like he's always said, he's consistently finished highest on average amongst the non-regular drivers who have that corporate sponsorship. Okay, he's racing again. The guys who are everybody who's ahead of him has big money sponsorships with with big racing names like the Gibbs. So I congratulate him for his success. Uh, and like I said, and again, it's moving forward. I mean, because I'm here, like this is football season, so every single Sunday we're watching the football games. But other than that, lots of times this season, because of Cody and NASCAR, I kind of take notice when they would have a NASCAR race on TV at the bar where normally I wouldn't. So thank you, Cody, for kind of getting the interest in. I think moving forward I will have more interest because of all of the drivers, such as Scott and uh, Connor Zillich. Bye Shine. I'm going to be paying attention with those guys more when and same thing with Solowich. I'm going to be paying more attention to them. So But yeah, last race of the year, he was. I mean, it was so cool when they go to commercial break, and they'd show along the left hand side in big bold, uh, colorful, uh, colorful block text, and they show the numbers with the name, and you'd get towards the bottom right there, Cody, or so it would say number 11 and 10th, Denison, then ninth, Denison, and that was so cool to see, and even the color commentary guys in the booth, they kind of mentioned him towards the end of the race with when they were doing like I think it was like a red flag or a yellow flag, and they talked about how like, yep, there's Denison racing for, and just rattling off the name of the car owner. They didn't really go into Cody, and I felt that was disappointing because Cody's such a colorful character. He was meant for being talked to on TV, and I would hope that other drivers, whether it be established drivers in the sport or upcoming drivers, would see the benefit of, like, if let's say in the off season, Cody does his normal show, but then periodically he does, let's say, a Thursday night show with drivers, and just chit chatting with them, like telling me about, like this, like, kind of like an interview, just like a bullshit uh, stream with these drivers. I think it would help with these drivers with because you got to keep in mind, Cody has these guys all beat when it comes to social media presence and helping them understanding, like, doing social media and making them more comfortable for when they're doing interviews on TV with how they talk to him, and just a classic bullshitting away, having fun, just no. I mean, I think about how, like, there's the one girl who's going to school for engineering, and Cody would have her on, and she's talking about what her major is and her classes, and Cody goes, "Damn, I'm just a dumbass redneck from the trailer park." I could see her like that, like kind of throwing her off and be like, "Oh," and give me a little nervous giggle, but it would help open her up to doing interviews. So, but no, I was very impressed with how well he did, and I'm looking forward to next year. I hope that Cody, if he's not been doing it this year after each race, I hope now that the season's over, he takes a break, he takes a breath, and he sits down and he creates a journal about what he did right and what he did wrong at each track. So that way he has a little, like, a guidebook or a playbook. So he has an idea of, like, okay, this is where I was falling off. These are what the air pressures were. This is how I was racing at the beginning. Okay, if I do this, and then that way he's got something to show whoever the crew chief is. Because remember, he had multiple crew chiefs during the year that he can show them this playbook of how well he was doing. They're going to, that way the crew chief can look and go, okay, this is how he drives based on these notes and how he drives and the information he has from the car owner. Okay, if I do this, if I set the car this way, this he should do better racing this way. You know what I mean? I'm just spitballing ideas, but I mean, I want him to have success, and that's the reason why, if he watches this, which I hope he does, maybe I'll make him go, that's something to consider. But one thing I know I am very happy about is he's already, before the season was even over, he was already taking steps and making plans. He's going to do He's going to do a crowdfunder to raise the funds he needs for next year. So that way he doesn't have this scrambling at the end of the year for raising money. So that way he can focus on racing all year long between when he's not streaming, and he doesn't have to spend the off time scrambling for sponsorships. So another thing also is, now this is me personally, just from watching on TV. I got the impression that just from watching the race. It was always when the race was when there were restarts, all the cars seemed to be almost like nose to tail when the restarts. Cody was always giving a little bit of space between him and the car ahead of him. He's got to, in my opinion, he's got to get better at restarts so his car is closer to the car ahead of him when they're going to the restart. I think he did do much better in passing in the very first lap after a restart because they're bunched together. So, but so, and like I said, he was very smart. He always looked at those when they'd be like some other car would be like, "Why'd you let guy go back? Because he's got a better car than me. Why fight that guy for 5 laps when he's going to smoke me anyway? Just let him by and focus on the guys I need to focus on." But then the same thing also is there's a lot of those tracks I noticed that a couple of these guys who they have smaller teams, they're able to stay in the top 10 longer because they know the track. And that's the reason why, like, take some notes so that way next year you have, it takes longer to have a fall off. Because I did always notice that with Cody, is that because of not having the same equipment as everybody, he would have a fall off where start of the race he'd be like 4 seconds behind the leader, but by the end of the by the end of the period before a caution or whatnot, he would be like 10 to 15 seconds, or he'd go a lap down. If he can get himself to the point where uh, 10 laps into a run, he's still 4 seconds off the pace instead of 10 seconds off the pace, that'll be more beneficial to him in the longer runs and going the long stretch. So I think you guys get what I'm saying. Anybody who follows NASCAR, you kind of get an inkling. And if you aren't a fan, I apologize if I'm not explaining this fully. But like I said, I've watched every single race. I've watched almost every single race this year. In fact, I think I did. We watched all the races this year. Uh, Greatly entertained. Looking forward to uh, watching some of these guys who are going to move on to the truck series or onto the uh, Infinity series. Might make me more inclined to start watching them, watching those races and pay more attention. Wouldn't do well for my artwork, getting my artwork done if I'm watching the races, but hey, if I'm being entertained, so be it. So, but no, congratulations from Cody. I hope he does well in the future. I'm very curious about this crowdfunder because he's got artists doing a. It's not a comic book, but it's basically it's a book that he's doing with all the different with different like I don't know character drawings or whatnot. So I'm looking forward to that. Uh, Probably will get that. So hopefully I'll be very curious. But then also lastly, big thank you to Ethan for the very beginning of the year with the idea of crowdfunding to get this Cyber Frog wrap onto the car for 2 races. Uh, it gave the push that he needed, that he was able to then land the Tim Pool uh, sponsorship for the rest of the year. Remember, because up until then he had, I think it was Gator Box or Gator Tools. Uh, So, and he's got other. So, I'm I'm very happy for his success. And then also, thank you to Cecil. Cecil, thank you very much for going to these races. Even though you're a boy from Long Island and you don't know NASCAR, uh, thank you for showing up. I wish you'd been able to do more like on track reporting to keep us in the know as to like, yeah, it's just normal tire wear. That's the reason why he's dropping off. Or he's tight in the corners. That's the reason why he's dropping off. The crew chief says that they're gonna tighten him up when they have this one break or something like that, so we can understand why he's falling off. I think that would help out us as fans if we know why he's falling off the pace. And then lastly, uh, Tim Pool, uh, get your butt to a race. It would have been really cool to see you at a race supporting him, doing a live show from the race, even if it was like a small show. I think it would have been really cool. But yeah, get yourself to race. I think you'll really enjoy yourself because I know I really liked how I think it was Texas Mofo has really helped Cody with doing a couple videos for him, which he's been playing at the beginning of his uh, his shows. So, but guys, I had a great season watching Cody. Uh, I'm going to have fun watching football today, and like Cody, he had stress during the season. He overcame it. Why? Because, like me with this drawing, same thing with him with this season. He just took it all one dot at a time.